Welcome to Bright Horizons with
Deb and
Jim.
our handsome Jim over here. Yay!
Welcome.
We are back.
Benvenuti a tutti.
Yes, indeed. And buenos dias. Hola.
Bienvenido. I'll cover a few different languages.
We love being with you guys. We're back. We were going to be here tomorrow, but Jim can't make it. But as we always say, we're here one way or the other.
Yeah, we're like the postal service. Neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor dark of night
That
can keep
is
us
correct. That is
can
correct.
keep us from you. There was a
That's
song
right.
about can't keep me from
Ain't
you.
no mountain
High
high
enough.
enough. Nothing
Can
can
keep us from you.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, we have some birthdays.
Hit it, Jim.
Today is Don Ursulitz. Happy birthday, Don.
Don, happy birthday.
And then a few days ago, Paulette Cooper Noble. Paulette, she's a
Paulette,
wonderful
yes.
author, and she's an animal rights activist.
Nice. I love that.
Very
That's
interesting woman.
Very nice.
Whose parents unfortunately died in the Nazi concentration camps.
Oh, I'm sorry. to
But
hear
she
that.
was saved as an infant. She was saved, by people who, were against the Nazis. But thank God, Paulette was saved.
Wow,
And
what a
she's lived
story,
a wonderful
wow.
life. She's written her life story. So we love you, Paulette. Happy
Amen.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Paulette.
And Al Peduzzi had a birthday, so I want to wish Al Peduzzi and Donna Johnson. You might know
Donna Johnson. Happy
Johnson's
birthday.
in the mortgage business.
Yes.
And then tomorrow, Scott Powers, the manager of First Citizens Bank in Jupiter,
Happy
birthday,
Scott.
and our dear Robin.
Robin
Saturday.
is your bro. Happy
birthday, Robin.
We love you so much.
Yes. And then a couple of days later is a dear friend, Mignon Gardner. So happy birthday,
Mignon
Mignon.
Gardner, happy birthday. Happy birthday
Day to you. Happy birthday to you.
everybody.
Happy birthday,
happy birthday, happy birthday to you and you and you and you.
Mignon is the one, if you remember the story I wrote, Love Could Fall from the Sky, where when she was a teenage girl, she and her sister were outside in Pennsylvania looking at the sky, and there was a small plane that was...
Yes,
okay?
I do remember. I had to think,
The small plane crashed on their property.
Wow, I do remember that, Jim.
And
I had to think for
her future husband, Bill, that's how she met him
That's how
initially.
she met him. I do
So love could
remember
fall
that.
from the sky.
Love is in the air, all over the place. Boy, wow. I do
Unfortunately,
remember
Bill
that.
passed recently. We had a beautiful
Sorry to hear
celebration of
that.
life a few days ago. He was a remarkable, brilliant man, inventor. Imagine, I love people that are so creative to be able to invent.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know.
So anyway, we wish Mignon a happy birthday and beautiful memories of you and Bill.
Keep those memories alive. They're in your heart
Love could fall from
forever.
the sky for anybody. That teaches us a
Wow.
lesson.
What a beautiful, well.
Yeah, you never know when
it's
love will fall in your life.
unusual. You never
Yes.
know. You never ever know.
And what's our topic today?
Our topic today is I love my shirt.
You
We
do?
love our shirts. Do you love your shirt? Do you love your shirts? Do you love your jeans? Do you love your shoes?
Does anyone know? Can any of you guess that was a famous song back in
Yes,
the
in the
60s?
60s. I said to Jim yesterday, and he probably thought, Deb, either you didn't eat lunch or you're deprived of oxygen in some way. I didn't. I said to him, why don't we discuss loving your shirt? I love my shirt. Well, if you can
She never
guess,
thought I would agree to it, but I did.
But you know what I love about Jim so much is that he'll take something out of just anything, and he won't boo-hoo it. He won't go, what do you mean? He won't even, he's not judgmental. That's the beauty of Joe. You always take something, and he flips it over to the flip side. And he says, I love that. He says, because we could talk about, why we hang on to things
Right,
that we,
attachment.
that we become attached to. And
Right.
and I thought to myself, wow, there you go. But leave it to Jim.
Did you bring any of your favorite shirts with you today?
I thought about it. And I did, let's face it. We have shirts, T-shirts, what have you. In fact,
They're so comfy, huh?
they just are, And there's certain things I've had no choice but to get rid of because, my gosh, one more wash, that would have been it.
And does Greg
Right.
sometimes say, Please, would you wear something else for a change?
He doesn't say, but I know he probably thinks so. I'm sure, he's just being
He's
a
so
gentleman.
easygoing.
He's a little, he's very easygoing, and that's a wonderful quality of his. But it's true. I feel like if it's comfortable, wear it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's yours and you like it, I mean, I'm not wearing it to my office, and if I did, oh boy, or I'm not wearing it out to shop. Or
Well, let's tell our viewers how you came up with the topic.
I love my shirt. It is by our wonderful, famous, eccentric gentleman by the name of Donovan.
Imagine, from
Donovan,
the 1960s.
Who sang
Flashback to the 60s.
Yeah. Flashback. Yeah. Blast from the past.
And when
Mellow
you,
Yellow.
When you hear
Remember
these
that
lyrics, you'll understand. That was a period of time when a lot of them, they were smoking marijuana.
More than that, I guess.
That's true. They were doing acid.
I guess it was also
LSD and all these things.
But also
mind expanding.
Oh, did it expand? All right. They loved everything, including their shoes and their jeans. But Donovan is 77 years old today, and of course, in the 60s, he's Scottish.
I didn't know he was Scottish. I thought he was American hippie.
Yeah, and I did too until I did some research. And he did the movement and is still making music today. Believe it or not, he's something else. This guy.
I bet he was at Woodstock.
I was going to say he had to,
Yeah,
along with
yeah.
everybody else. I mean, Melanie.
Yes. When Deb mentioned Donovan, right away I thought of Melanie because some of you probably won't remember her because she didn't have really top hits, but there were songs that were very
Yeah.
popular. And the one that I loved was "Beautiful People."
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful people.
You live in the same world as I do. Every morning, that's gotta tell you something today.
And the lyrics were cute because she mentions the subway. How you can meet somebody on the
That's
subway,
right.
and the
My
things you have in
brother's
common.
my brother is friendly with Melanie more than I.
Really?
Yeah, he's been to her home, and
I really loved her.
her music is just
Yeah.
heart wrenching. It's different strokes for different folks. I mean, not everyone's gonna love all that because she sings about animal crackers, a lot of way out there eccentric, but they all have meaning.
But she had
To
a
a
very unique
significant-
voice.
yes,
Melanie had a unique
yes.
voice. And
Very
I was
unique.
telling Deb, my roommate in college, we would play the radio in the room, and every time she came on, he was so funny. He's very comical. Dennis, my roommate. He was like an impressionist, very, very good, and he'd make everybody laugh. So he'd start singing like her, and then he'd say, "I feel like I've got marbles in my mouth." But he would really be very dramatic about her song, "Beautiful People."
Yeah, well, she's dynamic in her way, like Donovan. And people say, "Gee, what happened to Donovan this singer?" He's continued to perform and record intimately the 70s and the 80s.
Well, I'm sure.
His musical style and hippie image,
Yeah.
as you were saying, his
Yes.
hippie image, was scorned a lot by critics, and especially after the risk of the punk rock. Remember that?
Yes.
So he was scoring quite a bit, and his performing and recording became sporadic until a revival came about in the 90s with the the British invasion. That's what they
Right.
called the British music. But it was a rave scene for him. But he kept it going, and he just became. He was himself, being what he wanted to be, and giving of himself what he wanted to give. And people either loved his music or didn't.
Yeah, I never bought any of his albums,
but yeah, he's 77 years old today. He's still going at it. How much he's doing, I don't really know.
But we thank you, Donovan.
Yeah,
For
we
you might
do.
see this show sometime, and we want to really recognize you for contributing to that time period.
You
Yes.
go deep into what do the words mean? Think about it. What do the words mean? And his full name was Donovan Philip Litch. He's got grandchildren, married. I mean,
Wow.
he was very, very instrumental in the hippie
Well, that
movement.
genre, that genre.
That genre
Yeah.
was an amazing time for him. But and a lot of people say, who does Donovan sound like? Bob Dylan is what they're saying. Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan was
Yeah.
probably someone he patterned himself
Yeah.
after. Yeah.
His early folk style was noted for its strikingly similarity to America's new folk rock.
Did you ever play guitar?
A little bit, not like my brother
I should have
David.
brought one with me here today. We could have Deb strumming the guitar.
I'll tell you what, that's not a difficult. When David gets on our show, whenever that will be, David, I know you're
Yes,
still
we're looking forward
recuperating.
to it, David.
But he'll play guitar, and he's very, very good at that. He's good at all the, his drumming and all that. But Bob Dylan, some of his songs were, remember Mellow Yellow? They called it Mellow
Donovan.
Yellow.
Donovan.
Donovan.
Yeah.
The Hurdy-Gurdy Man was another
Oh,
one
yes,
by
Hurdy-Gurdy
Donovan.
Man.
And then Jennifer by the Seashore, Jennifer. And then Sunshine Superman. Remember that?
Yes.
And Atlantis by the Sea. He sang, and if you listen to the lyrics on all of his music, just Google it and you'll see it has a lot of deep soul meaning. That came from his heart, obviously. It wasn't.
Deb's getting serious here.
Yeah, I'm
today.
getting very serious because I can't get over. You would think I'd want to talk to about an artist that's here and now, but I've always said, you've heard me say, I love the oldies. I love. Maybe when I was reincarnated, I just had to have been something really old. But I don't know. Anyway, that's
It's very relaxing music.
It is,
You want to
it is.
relax?
yeah.
Donovan's the one for you. But this song, I Love My Shirt, the lyrics are so funny.
It is really funny and it's cute. It's clever. I think we can play it now.
Yeah, I guess, well, we don't want to keep any more suspense, do we?
Do you want to be in suspense any longer? I don't know about that, but here we go. And hope you could hear it. Let's see.
This is called I Love My Shirt.
Have a shirt that you really love, one that you feel so groovy in. You don't even mind if it starts to fade. That only makes it nicer still. I love my shirt. I love my shirt. My shirt is so comfortably lovely. And I love my shirt. I love my shirt. My shirt is so comfortably lovely. Have some jeans that you really love, ones that you feel so groovy in. You don't even mind if they start to fray. That only makes them nicer still. I love my jeans. I love my jeans. My jeans are so comfortably lovely. I love my jeans. I love my jeans. My jeans are so comfortably lovely. When I take them to the cleaners, I can't wait to get them home again. How exciting. So take them to the cleaners. Try to wash them in a stream.
Know what I mean?
Oh, if you have some shoes that you really love, ones that you feel so flashy in. Oh,
Let's see it too.
don't even mind if you start to fade.
Look,
That
those are
only
her
makes
shoes.
them nicer still. Come on, I
Love
love
my shoes.
I love my shoes. My shoes are so comfortably lovely. And I love my jeans. I love my jeans. My jeans are so comfortably lovely. Now,
My shirt.
I love my shirt. My shirt.
In fact, he loves his whole wardrobe.
Yay, Donovan.
Thank you, Donovan.
In fact, I love my whole wardrobe. Woohoo!
Oh my goodness.
Donovan, if you are watching,
But the reason that we're
the reason why we're doing this is
Yes.
because we do love our wardrobe. We do love our jeans and we do love our shoes. I mean, I love my whole closet. I love my wardrobe. I love my husband's wardrobe.
But I was thinking back, I can't remember any article of clothing that I've ever really loved that much that I've worn over and over and over.
Yeah, I have. No, I have.
I'm
There's
wondering if
certain
it might be
blouses.
female versus male type of
I
thing.
think it is because I do have blouses that go way back, and some of them, you feel like they're out of style, but no, not necessarily. They're not out of style at all, which is a nice thing. But things that we're familiar with gives us a sense of security and safety.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what it's all about.
And I was thinking about my sister with her security blanket that she had as a child.
I've got to tell you, I do. Now, please, people, you know me, Jim knows me. You were thinking about Angela. Angela,
We love
I
you,
do
Angela.
the same thing. Yes, I love you, love you, love you. And I'll tell you why I
The
love
satin.
you.
She loved the satin on
Me
the
too.
blanket.
Remember the blankets, the cotton blankets, but only at the edges. They had the satin.
I don't know if they even make those anymore.
I don't know if they do. I hope they. I'll go out and buy one. But I have a satin that I do use on nights because I have a hard time sleeping. I have insomnia.
So you find it soothing?
I do, and I I'm just lying there, and it brings. I'll go like this with the satin. It is the most soothing feeling. And I can't describe it, but it's how I feel.
It's a sense of security.
Right. And, I've got the pillow.
Send us a comment if you did that as a child, too.
I love
Did you have a favorite blanket that you wouldn't give up?
even old toys from our past. I mean, when I say old toys, I mean, I've got teddy bears and stuff that I've had
Right.
that have meant some type of significance in my life. I used to have a Rubbermaid bucket filled with all the teddy bears when Greg and I were first dating and everything. But it got to be a bit much, so I did have to donate.
Did
quite
Greg
a
give
bit.
you teddy bears?
He gave me teddy bears.
Did you win any at the fairs? You know how the boys win them for the girlfriends?
Yeah. But they were cute, but I had so many, and I can't get over them in great shape because I've kept them in great shape. Even my little dresses, little Miss America, I had them in plastic. I keep everything, because anything that means anything to me, from somebody who I know gave them to me with love,
Yes.
means the world to me, and I will preserve and keep
And you
them.
feel close to those people when you have
Exactly. So when I look at it, it's like, it feels great.
Beautiful
I'll
memories.
keep letters.
Yes, beautiful memories.
I'll keep letters, How do you keep letters too?
Yes, cards.
Certain cards, letters, and, it
takes you back to
Yeah.
the time when you were there with those people. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of it.
Right, it does. And you go right back in time.
Because you can't always recollect in detail. So this gives you the
I know.
information.
That's
and
true.
stirs something in your mind.
But
and-
the satin is really one of my favorites. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, I didn't go to bed at night.
Did you ever have a satin dress?
Yes.
I
And
remember
satin
when those
sheets.
were popular.
Satin sheets are the worst as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned. You
Yeah.
slide all over. I
I
mean,
know.
what is that all about?
I know.
I mean, and then when you get up, they get
No.
the whole bed's unmade. It's so uncomfortable to
When
me.
we
At
were
first
talking
it's
about
nice,
the
but-
shirts and the hippies and all this movement, I'm thinking
Jim,
of the tie-dye
Yes.
shirts. The tie-dye shirts. Did you
Yes.
have tie-dye shirts?
Yes, indeed. In fact, my mom would take some T-shirts of ours and she would tie. She would come up with remarkable,
Yes.
beautiful shirts.
And I think what you twist it and you put a rubber band on it,
that's all.
right?
And
then you
and
put it in the dye.
You stick it in the dye and then it
Yeah.
comes out. Do you remember the Etch-a-Sketch growing up?
Yeah.
That's oh my gosh, all the fun we had. Oh, and the spiral.
Yes.
What do they call that? The spiral plastic.
I don't remember the name, but I know what you're
You would take it
referring
and then
to.
just spin around and make all different beautiful spiral shapes and forms. But, we're adverse to change because we're human and, it signifies unknown and possible danger sometimes in our minds. It
Right.
could mean a lot of different things.
You like
greatest
the familiar.
experience.
We like the familiar. We don't like change.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, really, you can adapt to change, but that's, of course, it's almost like you don't really have a choice. You have to change as a given. You have to adapt somehow, some way. And I think the greatest experience of your life comes from letting go of the past
Yes.
and pushing past your boundaries, too. You often see people who are so happy and alive, new things and exploring the world.
Right.
That's why.
You have to live in the
Right,
present.
right. You really, you
we
must.
honor the past and we respect
Oh,
the past, but you really have to
absolutely.
live in the present and enjoy every day, just like we're enjoying right now, this moment.
And we love our Thursday. We love our Thursday.
You know what? This brought me also to thinking about lucky shirts. Some people, when you gamble, they have certain. Now, do you have any lucky? Objects,
I do have in my purse. It's an angel.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
she's always been with me, and it's a small angel. But
When
I
did you get
kept
that?
her, oh my goodness, over 10 years ago
Uh-huh.
from a dear friend of mine, and she says, always hold on to this.
Your
And
guardian angel.
and it was just, it's been in my bag so many years. In fact, I have it in my bag. I should show you before you leave. But I've never let it go anyplace else. She's in my bag.
I've told this story before about bingo. Did you,
Bingo.
have you played bingo
I
in the
love
past?
bingo.
Okay.
I embarrassed myself to no end one time.
Well, when I
That's
was young,
before they had the.
when I was young, we spent the summers at Ocean City. Remember I told you that? So my mother and my aunt would love bingo. So when they
I
were
love
together,
bingo. It's fun.
it was at church, right? So I would go with them to church and sit there with them. I wasn't old enough to play. I don't know why I went. I guess I just enjoyed their company. And it was sort of exciting when people win, you know. So, but the funny part was,
Bingo!
you know, you have, I don't know, 60, 70 people in these bingo halls. And the people line up these good luck objects in front of them. All these little, like little figures and things. Those were the good luck charms.
Yeah.
And they always, when they would arrive, they'd set themselves up, and they would line all these up, and then most of them had 10, 20 bingo cards. I mean, they were
That's a
serious
bit
bingo
much.
players.
That's a bit much.
And
But
they had
that's okay. It's
that
each their
blotter. You go through each row, and you when the number is called, it was really interesting. It's really a behavioral study.
Now I want to go play bingo. You know, prior to the die, you know, that you punch and make
Right.
your mark, they had the chips.
Right.
And remember growing up that bingo, that
Yeah.
big, it's like lottery.
Yes.
But that was one of my, and Chinese checkers was another I loved. But I remember one time, and it was just, I yelled out bingo because the chips had gone to another number, and I thought it was bingo. Well, I wanted to hide under, I mean, I yelled so loud, bingo! I mean, everybody looked at me, and I didn't have bingo. I said,
Oh.
oh boy, okay. I was with my mom.
Hide your head in shame if you yell bingo. And
It's
you
a
shouldn't.
fun game, you
Yes.
know, because B, 58.
But I
Me
know
too.
people. Well, first of all, some people play the same numbers all the time because they have lucky numbers.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Now that I do believe in.
Yeah.
Like I do play lottery when like the Powerball. My goodness gracious, $1 billion.
I know. Imagine it was $1 billion. And
Wow,
Now,
and
now the Mega Millions is up almost that high.
I heard,
Yeah.
and these are numbers. These are, I should say, games that I do not play unless they're up there. So if they're up there, I'll take a chance. I'll spend a couple of dollars, $2 a panel. I'll spend like $4. One for me, maybe one for Greg, and so be it. Because if you're going to win, you're going to win.
Right.
And then there's people that going crazy. They spend down. I mean, I've seen it. I'm like, wow.
Well, whenever the next drawing is, you should buy a ticket
Yeah,
for the Mega
going to.
Millions. It's up.
Going
I
to.
think it was 900 million. Imagine. We don't. Who even wants that much? You just
You know,
want to be
I just
share
want to
part of it. Right.
share exactly, just enough to where I'm comfortable. I take care of my family, my loved ones, and just make a difference in people's lives. I mean, because that amount of money, you can make a tremendous
Yes.
difference. I would want to be one of those secret millionaires, to where I do it behind your back. You have no idea who did it. That's one of my dreams. I've always wanted to do that. Just the feeling.
Yes.
What a good feeling that must be.
Anonymous.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But also some people have lucky shoes. You know, there's just different lucky things or lucky things around their neck, jewelry or whatever. So it's just interesting how people develop that attachment to it.
I won't say, but I'm going to say it now because this is just, I was tired. This is going back a long time ago, so please don't judge me.
This is a non-judgment zone.
I had two shoes. They were candy heels at the time. You remember the candy high heels that the women used to wear? And I had a pair in black and a pair in like a navy blue. Well, I was in a rush. And I wore one black and one blue and didn't realize it until the
you're
end
out.
of the day.
Yeah.
And luckily, no one came over to me until the end. My girlfriend says, Deb, she goes, do you know you have on two different shoes? I said, no, I do not. I told you, and I did. But no, so I figured, well, maybe those are my lucky shoes because that day was a lucky day. I remember that. But yeah. No, it's true. People do have lucky shoes.
Yes.
My father was very superstitious. Now that I think about it, he was very superstitious, and look at people say, "Oh, gee, don't walk in front of a black cat." I don't believe in.
Right.
But to each their own. Hey,
Right.
listen, if that's how you feel,
Under a ladder, a lot of people
under a
avoid
ladder.
walking. But that's
I don't-
safety anyway. Why would you
Yeah,
want to walk under a ladder?
I think basically we make our own luck. I really do,
Yeah.
and it's certain things I do think about. Now they have that frog where you put a penny in the frog's mouth. It's good luck for money. I don't know. It's an agent. Whatever that means.
Right.
An elephant with a trunk up, it's got to be.
Right.
And I love elephants, giraffes, and I've got a couple of them at home. Not live, mind you, but I do. I love elephants. And I love lions.
Getting back to Love My Shirt, I was thinking when Deb mentioned the topic that maybe we would just mention how sometimes we become too materialistic and
Yeah,
attached to
yeah.
things, which you want to learn lessons in life. And I find it very freeing when I have too many things and I start to donate them to charity, so you less accumulation. It's sort of a freedom feeling when you do that, and you're serving such a wonderful purpose. You're giving someone else the opportunity
That's
to wear
right.
your clothes or enjoy things that you no longer, because how much can you put in a house or an apartment?
True.
you
In
know?
fact, yeah, I'm still going through that now. I mean, I thought I'd gotten rid of so much, but then you open up a drawer, you're like, I forgot about this, I forgot about that. And it's so true. I mean, donate, 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 donate. But, hey, it's good. Get rid of it. Your, whatever it may be, it could be
Yeah.
somebody else's,
treasure.
treasure,
Yeah.
whatever they're looking for. So, hey, donate. I love doing that. In fact, they have a community garage sale where I live.
Oh, do they?
Once
That's
a year.
fantastic. Yeah.
And I think it's fabulous because it gives everybody a chance. Not everybody signs up. I mean, because the streets are alphabetical in the community that I live in. But once a year, I think it's lovely, and they really go all out. They have their big tables and everything's displayed just so.
Where
it'll
do
take
they do it?
in their driveway.
Oh, the whole community outside.
So,
of the
but you
driveway.
have to
Wow.
sign up for it, and and if you want to do one individually without being involved with the community, you could do so as well.
Right.
But I just see so much giving. I mean, and
Yeah.
Tuesday's big bulk day, and I got rid of so many things that way too. And then we have the bulletin boards at the clubhouse; you could put stuff up, getting rid of things. But
Well,
yeah,
so many people are in need, so it's nice to donate.
I
And
love
we have
that.
and here where we live in Florida, there are so many beautiful charities.
yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of them have
True.
these consignment shops and donation drop-off points like Goodwill and
Yes,
Salvation Army.
Goodwill, mhm.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to do
Yeah.
that. Well, our dear friend Marie,
Marie.
out of my mind and into your heart, our beloved Marie Pinchmit has a poem that I wanted to read because it's relevant to the topic. Favorite things.
I love it. Favorite things.
My favorite song is the song you sang as we dance the
I
night
love
away.
my shirt.
As we dance the night away. My favorite poems are the ones you pen. I love every word you say. My
Aw.
favorite dress is the one I wore when you vowed your love to me. My favorite flower is the rose you gave when kneeling on bended knee. My favorite days are the ones we share. My favorite nights are the ones spent with you.
Aw.
My favorite truth is my knowing you care. My favorite words are I do. Marie, we love that.
Marie, only you.
Beautiful. Well, Marie's marriage was just so touching and wonderful, and she talks about it and writes about it in her books. But that shows, the feelings of love that Marie had with her husband. But it's just so beautifully said, isn't it?
Oh, it most
The
certainly
imagery,
is.
the wisdom. We love it, Marie. Thank you so much.
Not only do you speak from the heart, Marie, you could see the passion
Yes.
as you are describing. I mean, just
And her
listen.
choice of words
Not only are they spot on, it's just it
Yeah.
takes you to that moment.
and the imagery. We love your creativity, Marie.
When I first saw your paintings, Marie, I've got to
yes.
tell you, and Jim said, Deb, wait till you see these. And we had gone, it was myself, Greg, and Jim. We went over to her. One was more spectacular than the next.
Yes.
It's just your visions, your visions are, there's no words.
Yeah,
They're
sure.
they're absolutely stunning, magnificent, exquisite. What can I say? I can go on and
And
on.
any of our viewers could be owners of Marie's artworks.
Oh, please take a look
Yes.
at it. Just understand that.
MariePinchmit.net is her website.
Oh,
What
and you'll be
beautiful
so happy
arts.
you did because she's still at it. She's writing, she's painting. And I admire that with you, Marie.
Yeah, the scenes
I
that you paint,
truly
Marie, are
admire
just,
that.
they touch your heart. Beautiful, 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 beautiful creativity. And thank you for sharing them with the world, Marie. You're a gift.
That's right.
What a difference a day makes.
What a difference a day makes. And
Now,
with
Deb didn't
that
have much
being-
sleep last night because there was no air conditioning in our house.
Yeah, would you believe that? Of all things, I get home and my husband's making me chicken soup. because that's what I felt like having. But when I walked in the house, believe me, I didn't want to have chicken soup.
No, that
it was
hot.
so hot, and this is no time for the AC to be going out for anybody.
In the heat of the summer, yes.
Oh my goodness! But we got it rectified, hopefully, and then he's got to come back today.
And
but
now Deb's in a nice, cool office, which is
oh
wonderful.
yeah, I'll tell you what, it's wonderful. But I said to Jim, I'm a little slap happy this morning. I got some sleep. But when we say what a difference a day makes, it certainly
it
does. What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you, and 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 I love my shirt. I love my shirt.
She loves her shirt.
Lovely, lovely.
She loves her shirt. Deb loves her jeans. Deb loves her jeans so comfortably.
All right. For all of you that do not know Donovan, check it out. Google it. The man's a genius. He's eccentric. I adore his music. And with that topic, and I love again, Jim, how you turned it
Yes.
around when I said, I love my shirt. See, Jim doesn't judge, so I knew he says, you know what, Deb, we could turn that around and make it into things that we hang on to, that we become accustomed to.
Yes.
And that's so
Attached,
true.
yeah,
You know,
attachments.
we're going to get attached to things in life, which we do. And, you know, what a perfect way of handling that. So thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you all. You know, our best
And-
time is when we spend it with you
Yes.
guys.
And we want you to remind you
Always
to keep your
horizons
horizons bright.
Mwah. Until we see you again. Ciao,
Have a
ciao.
beautiful day, and thank you. Please share this with others. We love to hear